Hey, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. And I want to welcome everyone to the premiere of the Midwest Plainsman podcast. And we're based here in Waterloo, Iowa. Uh, and this series that I'm going to be doing is all about horse rescue organizations. And this evening, I am featuring Wendy with the Love of the Hoof out of Arizona. And her organization was recently featured on Horse Plus, and Wendy, along with three others, are competing for a $15,000 grant to help them grow and expand their organization so that they can better serve and keep doing what they love doing, and that's rescuing horses out of the slaughter pipeline. So, Wendy, I want to thank you for joining me on this premiere session, and it's a honor to have you.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me, and I want to thank all your listeners as well.
Well, like I said, this is the this is the premiere of the Midwest Plainsman. This is something that has been in the works for a while, and uh, is something that I decided I wanted to do to feature the things that I love the best, and this happens to be one of them. So
That's great. That's great.
we're going to get right into this now. Couple of things I was going to touch on here real quick for everybody. If you do have questions for me, you can email me directly at the Midwest Plainsman at gmail.com, and I'll be able to answer all your questions for you. And let's see, give me just a brief second here. Now, um, there's a couple of questions I was going to get into with you. Um, Hang on, where did I put those at? Ah. Okay. Um, Now I know when did you actually start up for the Love of the Hoof?
I'm sorry you froze on me.
Okay. When did you first establish for the Love of the Hoof?
Well, For the Love of the Hoof was first established in 2018, and I've had 20 years of horse experience. And I've been into the horses since I was 12 years old. Life kind of got put on the back burner for me for a while, but in 2018, I met my head trainer and my current daughter-in-law, and we became a nonprofit.
Excellent. All right. Now, uh, the other one here. Let's see. Now, I can't really divulge too much since your episode of Horse Plus is not due to premiere until the 30th. So I don't want to give away any spoilers. So basically, what was your reaction in being invited to take part in their boot camp?
Well, as you can imagine, we were ecstatic. We were just so ecstatic and grateful to be able to be accepted into Horse Plus's boot camp. And we just were so happy to be mentored. That was our goal with them, and we got to be mentored.
Excellent. Now, can you tell me more about how your organization got its start and what has kept you motivated?
Well, like I said before, we have been in the horse world for about 20 years. And what keeps us motivated is basically all the horses that need to be saved from slaughter. That is our passion and that is our goal. And no matter what kind of horse it is, if it's an unhandled horse, a domestic horse, a lame horse, a sick horse, we are there to help them get saved from slaughter.
Excellent. Now, in your part of the country, what do you see being the most important part about what you do for horses in need?
Okay, so in Arizona, Arizona is really close to the Mexico border. And so there's a lot of low end auctions here that have horses that are in jeopardy of going to slaughter. And so it's our mission to be able to rescue as many as we possibly can so that they do not have that horrific fate.
Hmm. So currently, how many horses do you have at your facility right now?
Okay, so at this facility right now, we only have 8 horses. We have an auction coming up this weekend, and we're hoping to rescue at least 12. This year alone, we successfully rescued 120 horses in 2022.
Sorry about that, Wendy.
That's all right.
Okay. Now, how many horses are you able to take on at your facility, and what has been the most challenging part about what you started?
Well, in 2022, when we were still when we were interviewed with Horse Plus, we were only able to take on 27. But since then, we have built up our facility and now we can take 40 to 50 horses.
Wow.
And our biggest challenge right now is that we have to haul our own water. And it's a 27-mile round trip for us to haul our water, and we only have a 500-gallon water hauler tank. So that's about 15 trips a month. Fall through summer, we go through about 8,000 gallons a month for water. And that water amount is only going to increase with more horses that we take in. And
Oh,
it puts a lot of wear and tear on our truck too, because that truck is the only truck we have that can haul water, haul horses, haul hay, and do all the rescuing. So you can imagine what my 2016 Ford truck is like right now. It's
oh,
got a lot of miles on it.
definitely. So I can definitely see where that grant money would come into play to at least help establish your own well so that you would have access to water. Um, so I can definitely
Yeah, and
see
if we
where that
can't
comes into play.
Y- Yeah, and if we can't get a well, then we are hoping to get a water truck. Unfortunately, where we live, the water is not being able to be a well. It's very, very costly. So we're hoping to be able to get a water truck that can hold at least 2,000 gallons, and that will save us a lot on our trips.
Now, in the challenge that Horse Plus had aired already,
Mhm.
what do you feel was the hardest part of the challenge?
Well, the hardest part of the challenge for me was the hay challenge because I got asthma from it. I felt
Yeah.
really bad having to, bow out of that. My daughter-in-law, she's the one that kind of like pulled me out, said, "Don't do that anymore. You're turning really red." And I'm like, "I know I can't breathe." So I felt really bad not being able to help her out. And I know she worked super hard. And I was so grateful that someone from Horse Plus was able to step in and be her partner because I felt really bad not being able to do it, but sometimes you just can't.
Yeah, I was watching that. I'm like, eh, how do they? I don't know how they were expecting you guys to find those needles in the haystack like that, but it's like,
Yeah, it was a challenge and it was a long challenge. But that's what it's all about. It's all about they were trying to teach us about fundraising can be a needle in the haystack.
that's
And
very
it's
true.
really hard to get that donation. And sometimes you get big donations and sometimes you get small donations, but every donation counts. And you have to just be able to dig right in there and continue no matter what.
That's very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Um, so now, in your part of the country, do you do a lot of networking with equine owners and other people in the community to let people know that you are there and to let people know that you're there to help?
Sure. I have a lot of horse rescue friends that have other horse rescues. I even have the Yavapai Humane Society over here. She and I work together. I have Blue Moon Rescue. I have other rescues that I work with, and not only in Yavapai and Cochinico County and Mojave, but I also still stay in contact with all the rescues in Tucson, Arizona as well. So we all try to work together and become a team, and we help each other out as much as we possibly can when we can.
Hmm. Now, when you decide to attend auctions,
Hmm.
uh, how many auctions are you able to do, like either per month or per year?
Well, uh, we like to go to an auction every month. Now, we have not missed an auction in 18 years. So we are very dedicated to going to auctions. And no matter what, we are always there to put our boots on the ground. Now, how many we can rescue really solely depends upon how much donations we get in.
Hmm.
So if we only get enough donations in for one horse, then we can only rescue one horse. However, one horse less going on the slaughter truck is a blessing to me. So we just go ahead and try to rescue as many as we can. Last year we attended one auction a month, but this year we plan on attending at least two auctions a month. And that's because we've actually partnered up with a place called Alpine Wild Horse Army out here, and they are saving the alpine wild horses. So
Hmm.
we have just been able to partner up with them as well and go to the auction and save the horses from going to slaughter. And these are unhandled wild horses, and they have more of a chance of going to slaughter because they are unhandled.
Right. Now, before we went live on the air, you were saying that you are in very much close proximity to the border. Uh,
Absolutely, yeah.
and you're also in close proximity to basically the slaughter pipeline, because that's
Absolutely.
basically what everybody is trying to uh, help educate people about, and to eliminate the slaughter pipeline altogether.
Yes, one of the auctions here in Arizona is only 6 hours away from the Mexico slaughterhouse. So it's not very far for the kill buyers to gather up the horses from these auctions and be able to take them right over to Mexico.
Hmm.
So Arizona's in quite danger of that.
And what are you doing to help educate the equine industry, the inspectors, everybody involved in it, to uh, help eliminate the need for these kill buyers?
Well, what we do for our part is that we go ahead and we rescue as many as we can. We bring them back. We rehabilitate them if they're able to be rehabilitated. Some of them have to have the last act of kindness, but we feel that that is probably the better way to go than getting them sent over into Mexico. And so that's, we try our hardest to make sure that we can rehabilitate them. And then I educate all our adopters. Every one of our adopters that adopts from us knows exactly everything about the horse, where
Mm-hmm.
the horse is coming from. If we know the full story of the horse. If not, we go ahead and make sure that the horse is tested out first, and we let the owners know. And then if you're the first time horse owner, then we go ahead and educate you on everything such as feed, care, teeth, what you need to do about riding the horse, if the horse is rideable or just a pet. So we try our hardest to be able to educate the general public on it.
Now, do you see very many horses from the BLM coming through?
Uh, no, not really. We don't attend the BLM auctions. We attend the unhandled horse auctions, but not the BLM horse
Okay.
auctions. So I haven't seen those, but we see a lot of horses coming from the Indian reservations, coming into our normal auction as well.
Mm. And which is surprising me, because I know that Well, okay. I know that there are bad apples that they really don't put the time or the effort into the care for their horses, which is
Right,
unfortunate.
right.
Um, but it just surprises me that you are seeing horses coming through the auction from the reservations, and
Yeah, lots of them.
that's what really is surprising for me because I know that most natives they value their horses.
Hmm. Well, I think what's going on is that they're not particular bringing them. I think other people are bringing them.
Other
So they're
people
probably getting them from the Indian reservation. They're bringing them into our auction.
that yeah
And yeah, and unfortunately, it's a sad situation. But I think that's what's going on with that.
yeah that makes sense too. So, uh,
Yeah.
one question here, and I know that Tawny probably asked you this question, but have you or do you think you have ever experienced compassion fatigue?
Well, she did ask me that question, and she was probably a little shocked when I told her, no, I haven't. And that's basically because I'm a workaholic. I've always been a workaholic, and I'm very highly driven with what I want to do. And nothing really stops me from living out my passion and my dreams. Sometimes I get knocked down, absolutely. Sometimes I feel defeated, but I brush myself off. I give it all up to the Lord and I continue. So I have not experienced that and I don't plan on it.
Well, I know that there are rescue organizations that people have gone through that. Uh,
Oh, yes.
in fact, I know for a fact that the in fact, just as an example, we have one horse rescue here in north central Iowa,
Mhm.
and I know that she has gone through that. Has she's also had to go through a major surgery here as of late,
Right.
and I believe that she's now in the process of um, getting ready to move out of the area
Oh,
and
it's too bad. Yeah.
effectively shutting down her rescue, which is
Mhm.
unfortunate.
Yeah, that's
As I know her, I've communicated directly with her,
right.
and which it makes me sad, but I'm really hoping that by putting this information out and me effectively communicating with other horse ranches and other areas here in the state of Iowa that I can help establish another horse rescue or even two. That's my hopes anyway.
Well, I kind of hope that rescues from what they can take from this is that if you're experiencing compassion fatigue, please reach out. Reach out to other rescues because that's what rescues are all about. They should be all about. We should be as a team and we should be able to help each other. So if you're feeling defeated, if you're having financial issues, if you're having health issues, reach out to other rescues in your area and ask for help. There's no shame in asking for help. And then, therefore, it might be a little bit easier on you as well.
That's very true.
That's very true.
All right, I'm gonna play a quick video here for everybody. This is one that you had made. This is your end of the year video for 2022, and to just thank everybody for the work that they put in, your volunteers, your people who have donated, and to give them a show of the kind of help that they've done by helping to support the horses. So
Okay, good.
we're going to play this here real quick, and we'll be right back more with Wendy.
Thank you.
For all you horse rescue warriors out there, and for all that have followed for the Love of the Hoof, we would like to thank you. In the year 2022, with our help from our sponsors and horse rescue warriors as yourself, we have been able to save 120 lives. That's 120 lives less that the kill buyer got. And we couldn't have done it without you and your support. We like to be a team player at For the Love of the Hoof, and that is being teamed up with people like you. You have given us the courage and the support to carry on and be able to rescue and save as many lives as we can from the slaughter pipeline. In the year 2022, we were very blessed. We were being mentored by an organization called Horse Plus Humane Society, located in Tennessee. At that time, we currently became a full circle of life rescue. They did a TV show on us, and this will be featured in January of 2023. In the year 2023, we hope to be able to rescue and save more lives than ever from the slaughter pipeline, but we can't do it without you and your support. Please join us in the fight to save all the lives that we possibly can this year, whether it be from auction, owner surrender, or law enforcement seizures. We need you to band together with us to save more lives. Please enjoy the video of the horses that we were able to save this year alone. Thank you, Horse Rescue Warriors, and we see you again in the year 2023.
Now, going back to some of the challenges that you've had, besides having to truck in water, what do you feel has been some of your other greatest challenges?
I I think our other greatest challenge is being able to basically get up our facility to where we can do like better intakes and stuff like that for the horses. We also live very, very far out. We're about an hour and a half away from a veterinarian and an hour away from town. So that's one of our biggest challenges too, is being able to get to a town in a quick manner.
Okay, as I say now, uh, so basically, you do have a vet that travels out as well as a farrier,
Yes, I have several vets and a farrier, an equine dentist, and an equine chiropractor that comes to me. And I've been very blessed by our vets, and they've taught me a lot. I mean, they have taught me how to take care of a horse 100%. The only thing I can't do is surgeries, but I can even help in a colic situation. So I've been very blessed to have been taught by my vets on what to do for an emergency situation because I live so far out. And I had to be able to stabilize the horse until they can get here.
right? Now, some of the pictures that you just seen in the video,
Mhm.
uh, the general public really doesn't have a good understanding or idea of what actually takes place at a auction and some of the conditions that you find horses in. And I know that's what Horse Plus always does, is to help educate people as to the conditions that they're finding these horses in at these auctions. And I know that that happens all over the country.
Right.
So, I mean, are you also working with the community to help educate the general public as well?
And so every auction that we go to, we do live feeds. So, and we announce it like a week before, and we all the way up till an hour before we go in. And we actually take you live into the auction house. We show you the horses. We invite you to watch us bid on the horses and hear everything that's going on into the auction. And so this way it can educate the people a little bit as well about what is going on in auction because they don't know if people are unaware of what actually happens in the auction house. We
Now,
do this on YouTube and Facebook.
excellent. Yeah, because I know that you do have a YouTube channel, you've got your Facebook, and that's really where you can utilize, especially the live videos that you're doing there on site to help people know what's going on and to help bring in donations.
Yeah, so this Saturday is one of our bigger auctions, and David and Brandy, that's my son and my daughter-in-law, they're a big part of this rescue, and they go live inside the auction, and they'll be doing it on Facebook and Instagram this time around. And I stay behind the scenes actually. So what I do is I actually bid the horses online. So they go into the auction, show me everything that's going on, show everybody on Facebook and YouTube, and then I stay uh, behind the scenes and bid on the horses. And I do that online.
Okay. So you don't really have anybody there to actually do the bidding there on site.
No, David and Brandy go in there and they show everybody what's going on, and I do all the bidding online. We find that's a little bit easier because when you're a rescue, I hate to say this, but kill buyers will try to raise the price up a lot on a rescue, and
Yep.
then they bow out on it. They either bow out or they pay the high price just so the rescue can't get them. So it's my job. I figured out that if I do it online, nobody knows I'm bidding, right? So the kill buyers don't know that we're actually bidding, and there's no way for them to find out because there's other people that bid online as well. So that way I can go ahead and rescue a little bit more horses with the funds that we get in than if I was to go there and bid in person, because once they see us raise our hand, they're like, oh no, that's going to a rescue. We're not going to let that happen.
Hmm. Yeah, and I can I can definitely understand where the frustration would come into play there, because I know that Horse Plus has to deal with that all the time. Uh,
Yes, yeah.
and that's the reason why they resorted to doing the uh, not announcing uh, their some of their auctions that they go to. I mean, they wind up
Mhm.
just showing up without telling anybody, so that way it
Right,
catches everybody off guard.
right. Yep,
And
and unfortunately, they know us in every auction, so here in Arizona anyway, so that's why, they could see David and Brandy there, they know that we are bidding, but they don't know what we're bidding on.
as I say, now how many are there? Uh, how many auction places do you go to? Or is it
Well,
just
there's five auction houses here in Arizona, and we try to go to all of them. So we'll pick and choose which one we're gonna go to, during the month. So we'll say, "Hey, we're gonna go over here, we're gonna go over there." And so they don't really know which auction we're going to, until we get there. But David and Brandy always goes ahead of time and shows everybody the horses that are in the auction house before the bidding starts, so we can share it with our Facebook and our YouTube viewers.
okay? Yeah, because Barbara Kozlowski, she had asked which auction that you were going to. So basically, it's really kind of a toss up which one of you guys go to. So
Right. That's great. That's correct.
excellent. Okay, now. Um I know that being there at Horse Plus, it had to have given you a lot of ideas on how to grow your organization and to either add on buildings or what have you. What plans have you made to make your facility better and build upon what you've started?
Well, what our plans are is, and first of all, I have to say, Horse Plus has the best facility I've seen ever, and I've took away a lot of information from them. Um, I think I'm most impressed with their intake. I just love it. I mean, I love how they have their beautiful new facility that they can even do their intakes even better. And
Mhm.
so that's my dream right there, is to make sure I get a really good intake area where I can have a vet that can come and I'm fully prepared for it, and we're not worried about a horse getting loose, or, you know, uh, maybe a horse isn't tame or handled enough for us to be able to have the vet. So we just recently got a chute professionally designed for us by Seven Peaks Fencing, and we got it. We picked it up the other day. I'm so excited. And so
Okay.
that's really going to be able to help us be able to get the horses into a chute area like Horse Plus does. Then the vet can check out the horse, and we can see if the horse can take a halter, and we can look at its feet and give it shots and worming and everything, with the horse being safe and for us being safe. And so that's my biggest goal right now, is to build up my intake area, just like Horse Plus has. And I hope that that comes true for us this year. I really do.
Now, the shoot that she's talking about, I believe what you're referencing to is a squeeze shoot, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Okay, yeah, because that is something that that Horse Plus does have, and I know that it's always something that they recommend for any organization that may not have one, because yeah, it does allow you to conduct your testing, to examine their feet, to make intake examinations go smoother, and it's safer for the horse. It's safer for the crew. Um,
Right.
and just makes things a lot more pleasant.
Sure does, because these horses are scared. They're scared and they don't know what's going on with them. And, even the most gentlest horse can react because they just don't know. came from a horrible situation and they don't know if they're going back into a horrible situation. They don't know that we're there to help them. So being able to have this squeeze chute where we can go ahead and put one in at a time, they get individual attention and it saves them from getting hurt and from us from getting hurt. And so it's just more relaxing on the horse as well.
So now, how many volunteers do you have?
Well, I don't have any volunteers. uh, no, I don't. It's basically because we live so far out. So it's my husband, myself, my daughter-in-law, and my son and I, and we do it all. We do all this 100%. We call in the vet and we call in the farrier and everybody else that needs to come out, but we don't have volunteers. We just live too far out. We live on 8 miles of unmaintained dirt road. And like right now with all the snow and the rain, people are not getting in and out very easily. And even though we would love to have volunteers, it's just not feasible for us to have them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, would there come a time where you would be able to ask for volunteers to come in and assist with daily chores and
Well, I would love that. It would give me a little bit of a break. But I'd be like, oh, I can ride my horse today. Wow, wouldn't that be nice? But I just, I would love to be able to get some volunteers. And if anybody wants to contact us and brave the roads, fine, that'd be great. I would love for them to come out, but I haven't had anybody ask to be a volunteer yet.
Okay. Now, let's see. The other thing I was going to do here, real quick. Now, unfortunately, I did not get. Shoot, I forgot to get that all set and ready to roll. So, can you tell people how they can go about finding you and getting in contact with you?
Okay, so we have a website, and it's for the Love of the Hoof.org. There you can find our Facebook page, our Instagram page, our YouTube page, and our TikTok page. And you can also look us up on any social media, such as Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And you can also contact me directly. I can give you my phone number if you like. Would you like me to do that?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, it's 928 707 0733. I would suggest if you are having text ability to text me because I don't always answer the phone because I'm usually busy with a horse. So I have my hands full. But if you text me, I will hear the little notification go off and I'll be able to stop and take a second and look at the text and answer you. But yes, please follow us. I hope that you all follow us and help us out because we're here to help the horses.
That's what it's all about. And I really want to thank you for taking time out to come join me. And because, like I said, I'm going to be talking with two of the other organizations that were there with you at Horse Plus. This is all about helping to educate the general public and, excuse me, to bring about awareness to horse rescue organizations like yourself. So we can get you more donations, we can get you some volunteers, and to get you the help that you need.
Well, I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for, following your passion as well and being able to educate people about horses. And we're always here to answer any questions and to help anybody out. So if you just have a question, feel free to call me or email me or text me, and I will make sure to go ahead and answer any questions you might have about a horse.
Very good. Now, Barbara, let's see. Barbara Kozlowski, are you down there in Arizona near them? Because she was saying that she just started following you, and she says she can't wait to see you guys
Barbara.
at the auction.
Okay, that's great. And thank you so much for following us. And make sure you tune in on Saturday. David and Brandy usually will start the preview around 4 o'clock on Saturday evening. And they will take you into the auction. The auction usually starts around 8 o'clock at night, sometimes earlier, sometimes later. And it can go into 1 o'clock in the morning. So of course they don't keep everybody up that late, but they will periodically do little short live feeds about them being into the auction. And then they'll go out in the parking lot and do short feeds there too. And then it's up to me to be able to show you everything that we bid on. And the next day is when we pick up the horses. We don't pick up the horses until Sunday. And we go ahead and do a short video of us picking up the horses and bringing them back. It's almost a 4-hour drive for us to get back here with the horses. And once they are come back, we videotape everything we do about unloading them and laying them into their pasture and getting them settled for the day. And then throughout the week, I will do updated videos on the horses. And when Brandy, who is our trainer, starts to evaluate the horses, we put up long videos of what the horses can and cannot do as well. So you're welcome to follow all that. And we can't wait for you to see it.
Excellent. Well, Barb, I appreciate you tuning in. And if you have other friends in your area down there that would be interested in getting involved and following for the Love of the Hoof, I know that Wendy would be very appreciative of that. Sure. And anybody else that would happen to be in your area, if you feel like volunteering to help them out, I know that they would greatly appreciate all the help that they can get. And Barbara had also said that she loves seeing their the freedom rides.
Oh, yes. Yes. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, we enjoy it too. This is our passion 100%, and we will never stop doing it. So even when I'm gone from this world, Brandy and David are going to take over, and they're going to continue. And I have blessed with 3 grandboys that live here with us too, and they're all involved too. So our rescue is never going to stop. It will continue for generations. So we're just really happy and pleased that we have people that can follow us and help us out.
And definitely you want to tune in to the Horse Plus YouTube channel on January 30th for the premiere of For the Love of the Hoof. They're going to be premiered on the YouTube channel for Horse Plus Humane Society. So be sure to check that out and see more about. Now, like I said, I wish that they would have aired more of that challenge video, because I would love to see more of that. I'm hoping that they will get to more of that. So,
well, my daughter-in-law was kind of embarrassed, because I'm sure you saw her. She was like blood running down her arm, and yeah, she had lost her boots because poor girl. I mean, she tripped and fell and twisted her ankle and messed up her head and her elbow. And but she just kicked off her boots and kept going. And that was in the very first challenge. But you know, she's a trooper. She went ahead and just finished it no matter what. And that's what it's all about. Rescuing. You have to keep going. You know, don't ever give up, because the horses depend upon you 100%. So that's the motto. Don't ever give up.
That's very true. Very true. All right, Wendy, thank you for taking time out to join me. I really appreciate it. And this has been a really fun talk. And I'm definitely going to be keeping in touch. And I'm looking forward to working with you as much as I possibly can.
Oh, yes. And thank you so much for offering your help. And I can't wait to be able to keep following you as well. So thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you all soon.
All right. This has been the Midwest Plainsman, our very first premiere for this podcast. We're going to be doing a lot more. There's, let's see, I've got 2 more sessions coming up this week yet with 2 other horse rescue organizations, one in Florida and the other one, let's see. Yeah, because we got the Wild Horse down in Florida, and I've got Rockin' KT, and I gotta remember where she was out of.
She's in Nevada.
Huh?
She's in Nevada.
She's in Nevada. Thank you. Mind blank. So yeah, we're gonna be we'll be featuring those 2 other organizations here coming up this week. So, like I said, if you have questions for me, feel free to email me at the Midwest Plainsman at gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, where you can send messages through. And if you want more information about Stolen Horse International, feel free to contact me there as well. I'll be more than happy to tell you all about the organization and what we do to work with equine owners to help locate and reunite owners with their lost, missing, or stolen horses. So,
right.
want to wish everyone a good night and pleasant journeys, everyone. And we will definitely be seeing you again later on this week. Thank you for tuning in. We do appreciate it. And more to come.
Have a good night, guys.